Welcome back to Trifecta Airsoft Podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. This episode is sponsored by Skirmish, Airsoft Connected. It's also sponsored by Jefe's Airsoft Solutions, a company that puts the airsoft community first. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's get into the podcast. So tell me about how did you come up with TNT, and where did this idea come from for your company, and then what are your plans going forward with TNT?
All right, man. So, TNT. I'll start with the name. The name, right? There's actually, and this was one of the things that other YouTuber hit on. He actually tried to bash me on it live. There's like 3 other TNT Airsoft, not TNT Airsoft, but they're like TNT Airsoft Customs. There's TNT Airsoft this, and that. Mine is TNT Airsoft Supply LLC. The field is DBA as TNT Airsoft. TNT actually stands for, and I actually let my girlfriend pick the name out because I was like, come up with something that sounds cool. And she said, well, I like TNT. And I'm like, She's like, but it stands for your kids' names. So Tanner and Tessa Airsoft. And eventually, at some point, all my businesses, they will be theirs. So it was kind of fitting. It wasn't just a cool name. It wasn't just something she thought of doing it as my kid's name. So that's how I came up with TNT Airsoft, right? Cool. Tanner and Tessa Airsoft. So, that's what it is. But then again, you can put it as TNT and you think of the explosive and, kind of one of those cool pseudo stories that you can tell them. Like, yeah, everybody thinks it means the fucking, explosive device, but it's really
dynamite,
after
baby.
You guys. Right. You guys are dynamite. Just remember that.
Right.
So, but, that's literally how we came up with the name. I just kind of, offshored that shit down the hallway,
Nice.
But, there's that. And again, like I said, I started it just to do a supply company. 2020 hit, we had the fucking pandemic, and it was really tough to get any sort of fucking product from overseas because nobody was shipping.
Right.
Now, mine are from overseas currently. I'm working on remedying that, even if they're a little more expensive.
Have you heard of Blue Mag?
Blue Mag, I have.
Okay.
I have heard of Blue Mag. I don't know much about them.
Gotcha.
Except for the fact that I've looked at their packaging. Okay, so I don't know if you could see this earlier. So, obviously, again, I know they're made in Taiwan. But I put proudly on the packaging that they are packaged in the United States with our flag. There's only so much I can do. Currently, there's only so much I can do. So that was kind of the big thing for me.
That's Blue Mag. He is, there's a couple guys I've talked with.
He's veteran-owned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Austin, who started the company, is Army vet, combat vet, spent a lot of years in the military, and then he had the same exact response that you had with, why can't he's been an airsofter for many years.
Yes.
And he's like, why can't we get, what the hell? Like when the pandemic hit, like nobody could get BBs, of it, every single, everything is coming from overseas. Like there's nothing you can do if something happens with that distribution center.
Nope.
Or, that distribution change. So that inspired him to start Blue Mag. And he is actually in the process, has been in the process of making American-made airsoft BBs on American soil. So getting the machinery.
Okay. Sounds like I got fucking competition here.
Oh, are you planning on making your own?
I'm not making my own. I don't have the money to invest like
I was to
that.
say, dude, it's very expensive
It's
to get that
expensive.
machinery. Yes.
It is. So, but if I can use other businesses and other manufacturers here to get it done, I'll do it. As long as it'll be
Absolutely.
viable to do. You know what I
Right.
mean? I've talked to a few already because that was actually my original plan, was to do
Okay.
made in America, packaged in America,
Yes.
airsoft BBs. However, I couldn't, with the ones I talked to, it wasn't going to be financially viable unless somebody wanted to pay $70 for a bag of 2Os. Nobody's going to pay
Nobody,
that for 2Os.
the problem is right now, no company makes airsoft BBs in America right now.
Nope,
There's
they
no
do not.
manufacturing company. It's non-existent.
No, and
So,
so
yeah.
that's the biggest thing, is convincing a company that does injection molding or something like that it's financially viable for them to get into it. You know?
Nah, dude. I mean, yes, I want that to happen.
Yes.
But trying to convince a manufacturer, I worked in plastics for 20 years
Yep.
and I worked in manufacturing for 25 years. And it is, yeah, these kind of companies are the upper echelon.
Yep.
They're not open to innovate. Okay.
No,
They're
we want a status quo with the shit.
the majority of their time is honestly just keeping their head above water. And yeah,
Well, see, and
they
this is
don't.
why I'm not reaching out to big companies for this.
Uh-huh.
I'm going grassroots on everything.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not the big companies that are going to see the value in what I'm trying to do.
Right.
It's going to be the little ones that say, yeah, I mean, we make toy parts here and there, or,
Right.
the odd request from this person, but
Mm-hmm.
if we can make this happen for this guy, you know what I mean? What's one thing that everybody in airsoft uses? And a lot. Like, we're talking 200,
A
300
ton.
rounds a minute.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking babies.
Yep.
It could be a great boon for a manufacturer that can come, as long as they can make it affordable still and competitive.
Right.
To an extent, obviously, I know it's going to be more expensive, but at least
Right.
competitive with what's out there now.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I have with everybody that sells BBs currently, not Blue Mag or, any of the other American companies trying to start things, is like, the big brands.
Yeah.
I actually put a post out about this on Facebook because I got asked the question why mine are so much more expensive, even though they're made in the same place as Valken and G&G and things like that.
Yeah.
I refuse, absolutely refuse, to undercut the price of my product, but then hit them with double the fucking shipping charges.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's what these companies are doing, is they're putting a bag of BBs up, or 2Os or 2.5s, for example, at $11.49 a bag, and then hitting you for $20 for shipping. Well, that doesn't make
Gotcha.
any sense. It's 2.2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Why does that cost $20?
Yeah. It's not much weight and it's not much space on the whatever vehicle it's bringing it here, because I know
Not
that's.
really. You're talking like
Yeah.
maybe 5 by, or sorry, I think
Mm-hmm.
these are 9 by 5 by 3.
Mm-hmm.
You can fit it in a fucking envelope.
Yeah. Right.
So why are you charging me $20 to ship it?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to make it look good by discounting your product
Yeah.
$20. Or
Well, they have. I mean, I ship. Some of our. I've shipped. We've done on our YouTube channel for 3 years. We did giveaways.
yeah,
For guns and whatever. So these are long boxes.
I
Big
actually
things.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah, and it was. And I've shipped overseas. I shipped to uh, the UK, Belgium, like all over the place, that people have won these things. And it is uh, what I found out was it's not, as far as the cost of shipping, was not so much about the weight. It was more about the area that it takes up, right?
Correct. Especially
So
when shipping overseas.
Yep. How much space does it take up in their cargo plane or ship or whatever? So, because that determines how many items they can fit in that container. So,
right. Well, that's the other reason I want to get away from getting my shit from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Is because when I started looking into this, and I talked to Chinese companies, I talked to Taiwan companies, I talked to fucking companies all over the world.
Yeah.
That were either trying to start their way into the BB industry or were already established.
Mm-hmm.
And like just to get fucking samples of these product, like I don't want to sell anything to shit, and I know they're gonna cherry pick their fucking samples. So
yeah, for sure.
But like a sample bag of like, here we're gonna send you 1,000 rounds of 2.0 for free, cost me $150 to ship over.
What?
Just to test them. Just to fucking test them. Right. They're coming
That's
fucking DHL.
crazy.
Yes. And you know how many times I did that just to be able to test them and then all of a sudden go.
I shipped a fucking Arcturus.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is a full steel
Right.
AK-47 in the box, fucking with the magazine. I think I put a bag of BBs in this bitch. Okay,
Right.
this thing weighed like 17 pounds. Okay,
Yep.
the box is long as fuck. Full size AK-47
Right.
Arcturus. Okay, metal. I shipped that thing. The guy that won actually has their YouTube channel called Woodland Warriors. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
him and his dad.
Seen that one.
Have you seen him? Yeah. So I sent it over there to the Netherlands. All right, the Netherlands. It was $232 to ship this giant fucking box. You can't tell me it was $150 to send a tiny bag of 1,000 BBs.
It was.
Jesus
it was $150
Christ,
fucking dollars.
No, I believe you.
I did it.
I'm saying they're ripping you off, bro.
But you got nothing else, like.
Yeah, what else you gonna say?
Right? No, don't send me that thing. I'll just here's
Damn.
10 grand. Fucking send me BBs.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Jesus.
Those are your options, And it's like, and nobody in the airsoft community likes anything that's from China.
No.
But I thought it was pertinent for me to see the quality as well as they were a viable option. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can market shit. I mean, that's fine. People will buy. I mean, fucking people buy Titmans, and they are literally bottom of the barrel. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
aw, I used to have a Titman, man.
Yeah,
Titman 98.
It shot real BBs, maybe. Not no.
I had a Titman 98.
Ones.
Okay, that motherfucker. No, I'm talking about paintball. When I played paintball years
ago.
Okay. Oh yeah.
This is different. That's a different monster altogether.
It is.
But
yeah. So look, and that's the thing too is people. Let's say people in America, people in the UK, people in the Netherlands, they're proud of where they grew up. They're proud of their own country. They're proud of, you should be. You should be proud of your heritage. I call it root for your home team, okay? Like, root for your fucking home team. It's okay. That doesn't mean you hate the other. Just because you're proud of your country doesn't mean you hate the UK or Canada or anywhere else. It just means that you're proud of where you came from, and that's okay. Like, you should
do the same in airsoft fields.
100%.
Right? You can have your home field that. Sorry, even if it moves, you know what? I love that guy. That's where I'm going. But you can go other fields. You shouldn't.
You can go to other fields.
You can spend a little money over here. You can go back over there and buy your BBs. Whatever.
I think most airsofters are like that. I really do. I think most airsofters like that. I think it's from what I've heard, some of these stories in the past, the field owner is the one that creates the drama with, and I'm not saying your situation with what went on there, but
I'm gonna head on over here for this conversation. I don't want to be a part of that. I'll get accused of fucking attacking again, so I'm just gonna head on over here.
I've heard, bro. It's and you know what I found is that, and it's happened to some people I've had on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know the details because they wouldn't tell me, which is great. I don't want to know if they don't want to tell me. If they want to say it, it's fine. I'm a good listener, and I wouldn't put anything out on our podcast that somebody doesn't want put out there. Okay.
Right.
There has been
you're
times
one
where
of
people
the few because other people on YouTube will just put out fucking false ass shit, and then I have to fucking go and
bro.
Actually get lawyers involved.
Hey, let me tell you this right now, and this goes for you. Obviously, you and I don't know each other,
man.
Just for the last 2
hours.
We're
about to know each other. I like you, buddy.
Absolutely, man.
We're about to be besties. We're about to be besties.
Oh, well, now slow down, killer. Okay, I don't know about that. Okay. We do some shots together in person, then we'll be closer. Okay.
Next weekend.
But yeah, I will never put anything on here. I am not looking the way I started this YouTube channel is not to get views. Okay. Like I don't give a fuck. I don't care what we talk about, the language. I don't give a shit. I don't care about clicks. I'm horrible at doing podcasts. I'm not a good host. I don't know how to
you stop it, you sexy man. You're a great host. You know what? At least you have one thing going for you. And I mean this from the bottom of the heart, is that you are at least middle of the ground. And I say that having dealt with somebody much bigger than your podcast.
Yeah.
And all it was, because I told him, like, dude, this is a landlord-leasee problem.
Right.
Get in touch with the landlord.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm doing my thing. Whether he leaves all the structures up or takes them down and leaves.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing to do with me.
Yeah, nothing to do with you at all.
Right? If a restaurant goes out of business and another one comes into that property, I'm not going to bitch at that restaurant for it. Like,
it's not, yeah.
And it was just, no,
it's totally
all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you.
So they question your intention. Yeah, that's, no.
You know what?
I hate that, bro.
You're honest, and it seems like you're willing to, even if you don't believe what I say, and again, take the middle of the road. I don't want anybody to believe what I say at face value. You know what I mean? I'm just the only one willing to show fucking receipts for it. But I appreciate that. You know what I mean? That
Absolutely.
you're not looking for that spicy story.
No, dude.
Just to get your clicks and your views, and you know what I mean? And I appreciate it.
I've had like personal things, controversial things come up on this podcast because,
and it happens.
Because of how we're talking. I ask questions and it goes with the flow. And I've had people after we're done, like a day later before the podcast comes out, they're like, hey man, can you cut out that part where I said something about my mom or I said something about my sister? It wasn't bad.
Right.
But it's not
they
like
just don't want to be seen as attacking somebody. Right.
It wasn't the full context of the story, so they didn't want it to sound like, when you're done talking with somebody on the phone and you go, damn.
How was somebody going to take what I just said?
Yeah, right. And in here you can do that. So I absolutely do that. I will never use somebody's information that is maybe whatever out there on the internet that could be a big story. I'm not trying to get a story. That's the thing. Yeah. I'm trying to find I really care about people. I love meeting people in real life. I go to a fucking local bar right here and by myself and I'll leave with 5 friends. Okay. That's just me. I do that in real life. I do that on here. Same thing. And I will never share somebody that shares something with me and when I meet them in real life.
Yeah.
I will never share their story with somebody else, like calling them out kind of thing. I'm not a gossiper.
I kind of appreciate it because a month ago, Keenan was on, he mentioned the whole Gunnies getting kicked out thing, and you really didn't bite on it. You know, if you were looking for that story, you would have bit on that hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I was like, maybe I should reach out
I think
to
that
him.
was the first
Come
time I
on.
heard of it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm like, maybe I should just reach out to him and go on and not even just because I honestly don't give a shit about the whole thing. You know, I'm gonna find my group. I'm gonna find my people, and I'm not
Right.
worried about it. I just enjoy airsoft, and you know what I get to do? As you know, because I really fucking hate wrenching because I'm getting so fucking old that my fingers don't move anymore. I get to go play fucking airsoft whenever
hear
I
you
want.
on
I
that.
go out with the kids and the young adults and the old adults and the hardcore players, and I can say, hey, honey, go fucking ref the games. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
go out and play. You know what I mean? And I can do that, and that's great. And it's fucking awesome for me because it's something that I enjoy. It's I guess it's the difference between something that pays the bills and a passion project
Right.
for me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
It's not about
I mean,
paying the bill. The other one
the
pays the
goal
bill.
is we would all like, this is everyone, most people would really like to have that passion thing that we love to do to be monetized. We would love that. We would
Absolutely.
love, to be able to make money at the thing that we like, not the other way around. Not to,
No matter what it is. No
yeah,
matter what it is.
right,
Whether it's
right.
airsoft or painting or
Hmm.
showing your dick
And
on
those things,
OnlyFans, that happens.
I'll show my ass right now, bro. What are you talking about?
Dude, I would sign up. I would sign up. What is it, $20?
I'm kidding. I'm not against it though, man. I really,
Hey,
there's so many people. Dude, listen, and not to go off on a tangent with the government thing, but
change
remember
it.
when the fucking $600 taxable gift or income thing, whatever, 6 months ago came out when the
Here,
government
sorry, we
changed.
raised inflation by 10 points. Here's
Oh,
$600.
bro,
Dude, you really,
I
I'm just saying
swear.
this right now. You got to get something that you can like put in your videos that says, going on a tangent. That's the fucking
I know, right?
Oh,
Oh,
every
it's
single video I've watched is like you always get off on tangents. That's great because so doesn't the fucking
absolutely.
person you're interviewing. It's great.
I
Like
just,
what we started and it was, well, hey, how you doing? Yeah, good. Okay, we're gonna talk for like an hour and a half on video games. Fuck airsoft.
I don't mean to. That's the
It
thing, man.
happens.
I
It
really don't. I
happens,
don't
man.
try to. I don't try to. It's just if it's relevant, I don't have. So here's the thing: when you and I first start talking, I don't. When I start a podcast, I literally do not have a thing in the back of my head that says, "Oh, make sure you ask this." I don't have a list. I have
Right.
no fucking list. So if you're talking about video games, I am present in the moment, and I'm going.
We're fucking
That
talking about video games.
that's it. I'm like, oh my God, you played this? Okay, I remember that. Like
Yep.
it just that's the way it is, man.
I do just want to say that we really aged ourselves this evening. Yeah, I mean, we had to go all the way back to PS1 days, and there's
Oh
kids that are
shit,
gonna watch this shit that don't even
bro!
know what that is.
I mentioned siphon filter. Okay,
I know. Dude, I got me a PS Classic, by
nobody
the way.
knows what that is.
Do you have a PlayStation Classic?
No,
No? Get one.
my son's got a PS5.
Okay, well,
I
go
think
get
they
the
have.
PS.
Don't they have all the old shit on there
Maybe,
on
but
their store?
if you go get a PS1 Classic and a
Mm,
fucking flash drive and you send it to me, I'll
really?
hack that motherfucker and you can just legally copy your shit to the flash drive and play it.
Why don't I just buy a PlayStation and get siphon filter and replay that bitch? It'll be grainy as fuck.
Do you understand how expensive a PlayStation 1 is right now?
Isn't that crazy?
It is. It
That's
is.
so
Do you know
fucking
how much
crazy.
siphon filter costs on top of that? The only reason I don't
It's
have
a
to play is
collector's
because
item.
I already own it. So,
Oh my god. You have siphon filter?
dude, I have fucking siphon filter. I have all of the SOCOMs for PlayStation 2 in
Oh my
original
god.
casing. This was a tangent. I got on this a while ago, and like I need to have this. So, but actually, one of the games that I was super surprised about when I went to one of these classic game stores,
Yeah.
I've owned it since I was, I think it was like 10 or 11 when I bought this game. It was Digimon. I don't know if you remember
Oh,
Digimon.
Digimon. Yes.
Yes. Digimon, it was Digimon World for PlayStation 1. I have it with the case, with all the discs, and it is like fucking mint. Do you know how
Holy
much that shit sells for?
No, I have no clue.
About $200.
Jesus.
I bought it for 40
Oh my
back in the
God.
day. You know what I mean? Like, it is insane the price of this shit. Like, and it's those games that were really really good that nobody bought, like Digimon World.
Right.
Those are the ones that everybody wants. You know, you can still get a fucking Final Fantasy VII copy with everything, with minor blemishes,
Yeah.
for 40 or $50. You know,
Gotcha.
it's those fucking ones that are insane. Like, I went through and bought all of the SOCOMs with manuals, with cases, at a local store down here in I forget the name of it. Is it it's in between me and Raleigh. Okay. And they're really cool. They actually have a couple locations. I think one's in Concord, one's
What do
kind
they
of like
sell? Like used video games?
used old consoles, classic consoles, anything from NES all the way up to um current PS3, PS4,
Yeah.
but it's all secondhand shit.
Right. Right.
And yeah, I bought my brother an N64 there.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, no, they fucking they go through them, make sure they work perfectly. They come with a controller, the power supply, blah blah blah.
Well, let me ask you this: if you like the old style game stuff, do you
Probably just
if
because
you
I'm
could
old.
get me too, man. I'm way older than you. If you could get the uh those old style games on a new console or anyway, whatever type of way to
Yeah,
play it,
yeah.
do you care more about the nostalgia of having that thing of the old console, or do you just want to play the old style game? Like, because like Nintendo Switch, they have a thing, and PlayStation, I think, on their store, and also Xbox,
Yeah,
Xbox
yeah, yeah.
Game Pass thing, or whatever. They have a lot of these old games that you can play. I think I have Fusion Frenzy from
Oh,
Xbox
Fusion
One.
was awesome.
Fusion Frenzy was the great, bro. Me and my kids used to play that all the time. You know that one where you're in a cage, like the ball, and you're
Yeah,
rolling against. You have to knock each other off the
yeah,
edge.
yeah. They
We
kind of took
played,
like an old monkey ball kind of
yeah,
idea into that. Yeah.
uh huh. We used to play that all the time. So, are you more into the collector's thing of having the actual item, or just wanting to play the old game, or
I'm
kind
on
of
that
both?
thing of I'm on the both, man. Like,
Mm.
my thing is I can't literally go to my fucking collection
Yeah,
and go, wow, I own Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy, and then go, we're re-releasing it on PC or on Steam or on Switch, and going, yes, I should spend the extra money as opposed to just hooking up on the back of my TV, RGB and a fucking power cord and putting the disc in the console. That's my problem with it. It's not so much nostalgia. It's that they want $50 for the same game I paid $50 for 20 years ago.
exactly.
That's my
So
problem with it.
now my next question is, yeah, you still have a TV that has an RGB connection in the back?
I will never buy a TV that does not. It's pretty fucking
remember,
modern too, man. 55 inch.
remember we had to, do you remember traveling with your kids, like, let's say 10 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. You go to a hotel and the kids want to bring a gaming console, but you can't hook it up to the fucking hotel TV because they don't
Because
have
everything was.
RGB.
It has no fucking HDMI port, is what I found. Everybody still
Right.
got fucking tube TVs in their fucking hotel rooms. The fuck you guys
Uh,
can't upgrade
you
the
open the
flat
door.
screens.
Listen, classic is travel experiences when you go to a hotel. You open the door, it smells musty, or like just it smells like shit, and you go in there until it airs out, and you can't hook up your console to a TV. Okay.
Right.
But they
Yep.
got that Bible in that top drawer, okay?
You
All
damn
right.
straight they do. And you know what? I
Hell
think
yeah.
more people need the Bible in their life. But
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
oh my God, no.
So where is your company? So TNT, you're making moves. You want to get to a point where you can have a BB supply that doesn't get interrupted by world events, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
um, So, Blue Mag, their goal is the same as yours. They still are doing what you're doing now, is getting their BBs from overseas and
Yep.
repackaging them. Same with Airsoft Dad. He's doing the same thing. He's got his own nice bag with his logo on it and stuff. But yeah, the goal that you guys are looking for is to get them from America so that the supply chain doesn't break down. Like you can still get it without having to wait for the dude.
The
Some of
only
these
thing I see
stories,
different between everybody else
yeah.
and me right now is I'm still the only one giving money. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I could be making much better margins if I wasn't using a local um, printing company to do my
Mm.
labels. A lot better margins.
So you're talking about your bags.
Yeah. No, well, not even
Okay.
the bags. Like, I actually use stickers. Um, because I don't know if you know this, but not many companies there's only a couple companies in the United States that can actually take a Mylar bag and print on it.
What? That sounds crazy to me.
It does. It does, doesn't it? It sounded crazy to me. I thought it would be the easiest thing.
Yeah.
It's not. Nope.
Really?
So you know what I said? I said, fuck it. I'll give my money to a local printing company,
Mm-hmm.
print me labels. As long as they look good on the bag, and you guys can guarantee, and they did. I mean, these ladies were awesome. It's a sister team.
Mm-hmm.
I told them what I wanted. They kind of reworked the logo I had already built. They gave me credit. They're like, man, your logo was actually really good. It's just, it didn't work for what you wanted. So we had to do these little things to it.
Right.
And no, they were fucking great. They were like, here you go. They do me really good. The problem is, it's the U.S. So it's much more expensive.
It's more expensive.
But you know what? I would spend it every
It's
day of
not
the week
child labor.
because I'm helping. I'm helping somebody in my local community.
Sure.
That's the only difference I see between us. And I put me in contact with Blue Mat because I'd love to work together with them
Yeah.
to get
Sure.
this fucking done.
Mm-hmm.
It's again.
Well, that's my hope with what he's doing. I'm hoping, because there's a lot of people I've talked with, same thing, what you're doing. They want, in their local state, right, their locality, they want to supply, like be the hub of, I mean, how cool would it be, honestly? How cool would it be for you guys that own these fields, that have these fields, that have a store, like a store site on the field? You have to,
Yeah.
because people show up without a gun, without BBs, without fucking whatever. So you have to offer that. I mean, it's smart to offer that. So how cool would it be to have these fields in their states have American-made BBs bought from, these like Blue Mag, American, veteran-owned company that supplies all the BBs throughout the United States, and then these guys like yourself, like Airsoft Dad, like these other ones that they take it, they use Blue Mag BBs, they put them in their own bags, like yours, like
Yeah.
TNT.
Yeah. Basically, just taking what everybody's already doing, but doing it
Yeah,
with United
yeah,
States babies.
absolutely.
Yep.
And it funds. So you guys make money. off of that kind of stuff, which is a
Yep.
good thing. Okay. I don't know why most people think that making money is bad or making a profit is
It's
like
not
evil
bad.
or some
You
shit.
have
I don't
to,
understand that.
like,
You have to survive. Okay. They do it in their daily lives, but then they criticize it when they see people on TV. I don't understand that.
well,
Like,
because the people on TV don't actually seem like they're putting in the same amount of work. And sometimes they're not, I'm not going to lie.
yeah, I get it.
But some people actually do more than what you actually see. I can
Yeah,
say that from
for
running two
sure.
businesses. For the last 4 months, I've woken up to get my kids to school at 6 o'clock in the morning, to get them to school by 7:30, and then worked till 1 o'clock in the morning, went to bed, done it all over again. I built the website. I've been in contact doing fucking emails with fucking other airsoft companies. I just had a company send me fucking product from was it Poland last week.
Oh shit.
I still have to get. That's the only reason I actually I started like YouTube videos and pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Is you heard it here first on Trifecta Airsoft. We're doing some review videos. We got some free review products, and
Oh
we're
shit.
going to be
Okay.
installing them into a gun this week. Doing a whole kind of cool video. It'll be funny, but it'll also be informative. So that's what I'm doing there, because while trying to cancel me, it actually, there is a little truth to the whole thing of there is no bad publicity.
Oh no.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
just
There
dude,
is and there isn't. You're gonna lose
for
some,
sure.
but you can gain a lot more even with bad publicity.
Exactly. Well, we've always said that was the joke on here. Like the haters drive your, like you gotta
Drive
love
your
your
growth,
haters. They
right?
do. It
They do.
does. They're
They
the
really do.
they're most and the first when me and I had Kicking Mustang on. Okay,
Yes, yes, I
like
saw that one. It was good.
last year, end of last year, whatever. And it was, and then I had him on again on a group setting, and that's one of the things is obviously he's very used to that, that kind of negative bullshit that he gets for his videos, and he's like, you got to love your haters, man. They are the most dedicated to promoting your name. Like they're always out there, bro. Like
Yep,
people that like your videos, they'll like it, they might comment, and then they're gone, right?
yep.
They'll
Until
watch
you
it,
post again.
until you post again. But haters will fucking hate, bro. They'll
They
post
will
every day.
they will be right there the minute that shit goes live. Fuck you. No, I've been finding
It's
that out
so
the hard
funny.
way. I've been
Oh
finding that out
yeah,
the hard way. Do you
yeah,
mind if
dude.
we take a quick 1 second break here?
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
about to piss myself, my man.
Yeah, go piss. I'm gonna piss too, and then we'll come back and we'll
Hell
cut this
yeah,
out.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right, brother. Yeah, buddy.
Is that a good one or is that a good one?
That was a good
So,
one.
there is one thing I did want to say about the whole like repackaging BBs and things,
Yeah,
is this one thing I didn't do. There is a lot of that, I will say, about the whole, like, you just call up the manufacturing company and go, send me over whatever you can, right? And you go, okay, I'm going to put them in this, whether it's a Chinese company, Taiwan company, whatever.
yeah,
That's not what I did. I do just want to be 100% factual about that. That's not what I did.
yeah.
I spent literally, I started this whole trek on doing these BBs in February of last year.
Okay.
I ended up, hitting up investors and giving them my fucking business plan and things like that.
Yeah.
So when I hit these companies up and I was having them send me, $150 free samples,
Yeah, right.
it was, okay, I want to see what your base product, like, what is your tolerances? I dial calibrated a lot of these. I went through and was like, what is your QA like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because some of these companies, they'll use fucking molds until they're just fucking slam wore out, and you end up with
For sure.
fucking a 6.01 millimeter BB, and they're like, yeah, that's good. now we'll throw the fucking mold out. But
I would
that shit gets
imagine
stuck.
they actually have a whole mold just for samples. Like it's
I'm
pristine.
sure they do. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
We're going to do that out of our best one. So then I also went through and bought their base brand through like Amazon and shit.
Right. Okay.
And bought bags of their base brand that they're shipping over here.
That's a good sample. Yeah. Okay.
Because now you can really see what they're willing to ship versus what you're willing to get in a we want your business type of sample deal. And did the same thing. And that's where you started to see a lot of the variations in quality control. That's why I was like, I really can't go with anybody, honestly, except for the Taiwanese company, because they were literally the most fair, the most honest with the product they were shipping over. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying there's two companies in China that did have a decent product. I will not lie.
Gotcha.
But still, the variations were out there, and it's much harder to ship a product, especially in BBs, that is sent out of China. And I was like, I don't want to try to market that. You know what I mean?
Right.
People are going to ask where they came from, and I'm an honest person. I want to be honest with them.
Sure.
And so if I put, because that's literally where they come from, made in Taiwan, everybody knows where they came from. They came from the same place as Vulcan and G&G and, these companies. But I did have an extra spin put on these. And that's what a lot of these big companies do is, hey, they'll have extra polishing cycles run on them. They'll, hey, but we want, you see what I'm saying? They'll do different things
so
to
it
these
is different.
BBs. It is.
Right. It's different than the regular shit that you're buying off Amazon or at Walmart shelves or whatever.
Exactly. And then just dumping into a package and calling it yours. You know what I mean? And even some of the Chinese companies would totally. Do I think that I couldn't have gotten them to do what I wanted? No. It was just more of, would they have eventually been like, oh, he's ordering, 2 tons worth of fucking BBs?
Yeah.
Well, that one mold is going to be fine, right? And then we end up with a variance of 0.02, 0.03, 0.0, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if I don't bitch about it, then I'm having to fucking explain to people why their guns are breaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, find the best one with QA and then put your spin on it. You know what I mean? What do you want to see in a BB? What do you think is going to add a little more performance to it? And have them do it, I mean, obviously, there's diminishing returns with anything.
Cost difference? Is there a big cost difference with having them run it through an extra time or whatever? Like, do they offer that service where, hey, repolish these?
Yeah, they do. They do
3 times, whatever.
Yeah, they do. Obviously, they have their standard, from production to finish.
Yeah,
but
because that polishing that polishing step has to take some BB off the BB. Like it has to. Like that's the process. So it loses a little bit of diameter. It loses a little bit of weight.
And that's where you get diminishing returns. But I mean that's where you end up getting diminishing returns. Is there's a certain level where, because this is what I was finding out with my test samples, there's diminishing returns here where you get over a certain polish level, and maybe it performs better, but is it worth the money you're going to spend on it versus having it done 2 less times? No, it's not worth the extra money.
Gotcha. That's
basically what I found. So we kind of did our spin on it, and that's where I was like, okay, I'm happy with this product. It performs as good or better than the top market, the top BBs on the market, and I'm good with that. But I'm not going to try and do a fucking crazy it's 40 times polished. Just to sell this 40 times polished, like it's going to do anything better than a 5 or 6 or 7 times polished BB. You know what I mean?
Bro, listen, in marketing, as far as marketing goes, if you
Bigger
weren't so
numbers are
honest,
better.
that would market very well.
I'm
Okay,
sure it would. I'm
it
sure it
really
would. I
would.
bet you I could
That you
sell them for
put you slap
$60
that
a
on that
bag.
fucking website, people will click on that bitch more than the ones that say that don't even say polished. Okay,
Right.
you know, it is 100%. Even if they're not, you know, they're the same as regular BBs that they're shooting, they would go for that all day.
Absolutely.
But I understand you're being honest. This, you know, I mean, there's a lot of variables in that process. So
There is.
with anything in manufacturing, but specifically with the plastic, you know, you have the mold process. Porosity is a thing. So, if you zoom in with a microscope, you know, X-ray it, and it is porous, right?
Yes. Yep.
You know, that's the integrity of like the strength of the BB itself, which most of the time ain't gonna fucking matter. Okay, if it's really minute, if it's really tiny, it's fine, whatever.
Right.
But that will that you will have if that's a constant variation throughout that process, that'll definitely affect the weight, right? So you'll
And that's
have
the problem. Is that you
in
can't
that
have the
batch.
constant variation.
No, yeah, you'll have a batch that is, you know, 100,000 BBs that are made in this batch that are 0.25s. So on the low end, you're going to have 0.245 and
Right.
you know, 0.252, whatever, you know. But it is, you know, most people, that's not going to matter that much until
Right.
they get to chrono and their magazine, for whatever, you know, Murphy's Law reason, has all of the 2.45s instead of 2.5s, and they shoot, you know, whatever joules that it's, you know, it's going to be inaccurate a little bit, but that's not going to you know, matter too much in the end game of what you're
No.
trying
I
to
mean,
do.
you're talking anywhere between 2 to 5 FPS in that range of what you're talking, and
Yeah.
that's where it should be. You know, I always make anybody at the field takes 3 shots. You know, well, 4 shots technically. You take one that I don't chrono to make sure it goes through the barrel, and
Right.
then you take 3 that go through the chrono because I want to see where it starts, your middle ground, and your end ground, right?
Yep.
Because you know they're never every shot is different. There's not
Unless
one
it's HPA.
unless it's HPA, in
HPAs,
which case
those
then
motherfuckers are really fucking close to consistent.
right, you're usually talking maybe like a 1 to 2 FPS difference per shot,
For
you know,
real.
and that's probably BB variance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Look,
no, I
man,
agree with that.
everyone would be on HPA if they didn't have to have the line in the tank, and if these fuckers wouldn't keep full autoing with 60 FPS, you know, blasting and burning motherfuckers on the
I don't
field
know.
when they get pissed off.
I was always one of those. I don't want the line. I don't want the tank. I don't want to carry it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna AAG for life. And then one of the guys that volunteers, a good friend of mine, but he's like, "Hey, I'm selling this SR-25." Because I was like, "Yeah, I want to
I
go
love those
sniper
guns.
rifle or whatever."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, I was like, "I really want a sniper." He's like, "Well, I'm selling an SR-25." I was like, "Well, bring it out the next time you come out." He brings it out. I shit you not, I was shooting about 500, 600 foot, pegging a tree, and you're just watching it down the scope. Just go. Just go. You watch the whole time down the scope, out the back of my fucking sales building.
And it's just floating.
It
Just all the way.
just fucking floating all the way. And it hit exactly where I had the fucking scope on. I'm like, told me, going HPA, fuck that. We're done with AEG.
Bro, isn't that crazy?
It is. It is. I was like, once I saw that, I'm like,
Dude.
okay, I'll run a line, I'll run a tank, I'm done with it. Hey, honey,
Yeah.
by the way, you're going fucking HPA too. Like, we're done with this shit.
It's funny, dude. Yeah, for real. I mean, for indoor play, a lot of these guys, you know, they run the short barrel kind of AEG stuff, whatever.
Or the
They'll run
high
HPAs.
cappers.
High cap as HPA
Yep.
is real popular, but you know, just like non-tournament, non-speed soft type of tournament play or whatever. These guys, you know, they'll go to CQB fields, real short. They'll run the
Yep.
ARP9, right? AEG. They'll put you know, if they want to upgrade it, somebody told me about a dual sector gear that
Right.
is fast as fuck. You know, like you can get 60 rounds a minute on or a second, whatever.
I totally am. Like, I got to give props to the speed softers. I just can't do it, man. I don't know if it's that I'm even 5 years ago I was too fucking old to do it. Like, I don't want to run that much. I don't want to slide that much. Like, yeah, let me run Milsim. That was my thing. Like, I get it, and you guys keep doing you, but it ain't for me, you know.
Right. I hear you, man.
Yeah, if your gun's shooting 800 round or 800,000 rounds per minute, I don't like you. You know what I mean?
When you put it on full auto and you pull the trigger and it sounds like an A10 Warthog,
Exactly.
get the fuck out of here, okay?
I don't want it.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool, but I don't want it on the field.
So fucking funny. Okay, so it was my opening weekend at the field.
Yeah.
And this kid came out. His parents dropped him off, and he'd been itching to use his HPA, and he'd used it at other fields, but nobody ever let him go full auto with it. Well, he brought his buddy with him, and his buddy had a AEG that was, I think it was like a Crytek. It was actually a pretty good AEG system for like a mid build, you know. And so I'm out there with my other ref, Anthony, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna run single only." And the kid's like, "Man, I really want to." I'm like, "Fuck it, Anthony. Let him run fucking full auto. Let everybody run full auto." You know what I mean? Like, it's a small group. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." And I was playing with them just cause I could. So I was out there playing with them. And I don't use full auto if I don't need to.
Yeah.
I'm very hard. I ammo conservationist here. Gotcha. You know, guilty
Real
as charged.
Shooter.
That's right. But I hear out of my right that kid with the HPA and his buddy coming up with that AEG, and I hear, "Brrrr!" And then I hear, "Ching, ching, 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 ching." And he's like, "I fucking hit you." And he's like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "Dude, I sprayed like 200,000 rounds at you." And he's like, "You didn't hit me."
Oh, shit.
He's like, "But I hit you." And oh my God, it was so funny. It's like, yes, sometimes it's not about amount. Sometimes it's about range. He's like, every single one of those landed in front of me.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. There is a happy medium between range and amount that you're coming out, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we were laughing so hard. We ended up finally, the fucking ref, my ref was like, "All right, guys, both of you take the walk." Like,
oh, that's funny.
We're not doing this.
This episode is sponsored by Skirmish, the future of airsoft gameplay management. Are you ready to take airsoft to the next level? Skirmish's innovative gameplay management solution tracks your every move, helping you dominate the field and achieve your full potential. Capture objectives, detonate targets, medic, and more at skirmish-enabled fields. We track every action so you don't have to. Review past games action by action and follow your progress in national rankings. Phones are not required to use this system on the field. Get connected with the only system that tracks your airsoft progress. If you want to find out more, check out episode 157, where I talk with the owner of Skirmish about how it started and how it works. Visit skirmish.net to check it out and watch games across the nation. This episode is also sponsored by Jefe'sAirsoftSolutions.com. Are you looking for a company that puts the community first? Look no further than Jefe's Airsoft Solutions. Their founding principle is to offer a way for players of all types to get the greatest experience possible. Their passion is to make a difference in the airsoft community and serve each of their customers with the utmost respect. Be part of the conversation by joining hundreds of fellow airsofters in their Discord server. Here you can find out about upcoming events, sales, giveaways, and more. Don't wait any longer. Join today and start enjoying all that Jefe's Airsoft Solutions has to offer. Together, we can make a difference in the community. Use the code Trifecta10 and save 10% on your next purchase at jefesairsoftsolutions.com. Some exclusions apply. You know what I'd like to see is, these shootouts, right? Where somebody, you didn't call your hit shit, okay? I'd like to have, call a timeout on the field.
Yeah.
Have the two people that are in dispute lay their guns, pistol, rifle, whatever, lay them on the floor in the middle. Take 20 paces, okay? Face the other way. And when we blow the whistle, you got to run up, get your gun, and shoot the other person.
I'm totally down with that. However, I did totally think about this, and if it becomes too much of an issue, so one of the things I'm doing is my kids' birthdays are. Let me see. My son's on the 30th of March.
Okay.
And my daughter's on the 14th of April. They were almost Irish twins.
Really close.
Yeah.
How old are they?
7 and 6. So they'll be 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Again, very, very close to Irish twins. When I do work, I work fast, you know.
Hey, bro, my wife and I, we've been together 30 years. We have 5 kids in 7 years. Okay.
Oh my God, you guys are fucking dude. Did you do anything else besides go to bed, man?
We went to work. I went to work. My wife stayed home with the kids. I went to work. I came home and took a shower, and you know what? Okay.
Babies.
And that's it. So, I thought my wife wanted a back rub. We ended up with a baby. I don't know.
Right. It happens. Okay? It happens. Yeah, I've done such things. I know how easy and how fast this can happen. But no, man, the fucking what were we talking about?
So what I was talking about, the dispute between two players having a shootout or whatever.
Yeah, and then I got on my kids' birthdays. Yes.
They didn't call their hit.
Yep. So for my kids' birthdays, my kids are very upset because obviously insurance reasons, and even though they're my kids and they'd be fine, I'm not going to let them play airsoft.
On your field.
On my field, because I'm not going to let other kids play airsoft unless they're 12.
They're young. They're young.
And I say 11 with
What's
a
the
parent
age range
out there.
at your field?
You can be on the field at 11.
Okay.
With a parent.
Right.
But they need to be on the field with you. 12 and up is fine. You can be out there by yourself.
So no one under 11 can be on the field, even with a parent.
Correct.
That's good.
Now, I have my kids, which I'm the parent, so technically I'm out there. I've let them out there. They're mini refs is what I call them.
Oh, shit.
And that's fine. They've gotten hit and stuff, and they're tough kids.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to sue myself if my children get hit in the face. So I'm good with it. But they're very upset that they can't play airsoft. So for their birthday, I'm doing a double birthday, and I'm going to allow them to invite all of their class.
All their friends, yeah.
And I'm building I'm building a splat ball field for them.
What is that? Is that like gel blasters?
Yeah. Like really weak gel blasters. I'm gonna let the 7 to 10 crowd. I'm gonna start doing that on the field as well. Because I had one lady. She really wanted to do a birthday for her 12-year-old son.
Yeah.
But she would have had to leave out her 8-year-old son.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, and I had already thought about this before she even called. And I'm like, I told her, I'm like, well, get in touch with me, because if we can't do it this year, for their next year, for your other son's birthday, get a hold of me, because like I'm working on something. So, but we're actually going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks here. I'm going to be building that this weekend.
Oh,
And
good for you, man. Yeah,
yeah,
because gel blasters are great for like young kids.
absolutely.
Yeah, like 7, 6,
So,
whatever. Like
and
go
I
out
mean,
there.
you can get ones that shoot as hard as airsoft rifles, but I mean, you go with them $20 things. I actually brought him out to the field the other day. Had
Yeah.
me, her, my other ref test them, and me and the girlfriend actually had a little battle with them. And it's like, yeah, as long as you're about 15 foot away and you
Yeah.
don't get there, no chance any of them kids are gonna get hurt. You know what I mean? Or end up with
Yeah, I was gonna say,
welts
do they
that
have
lead
to
them to
wear
cry.
with gel blasters? They still have to wear iPro, right?
Mm. That's the only thing, is a lot of them cheap gel blasters just come with like safety goggles, like
Oh yeah. Okay.
actually safety glasses.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely not. No, after shooting them fucking things, full face.
Oh
Full fucking
really?
face. We're not playing that. No, absolutely not.
Oh, so they shoot hard enough to like
I
it'll
don't
hurt
think
your
it.
cheeks or
Oh,
like if you're a little
absolutely.
kid. If you're a little kid.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
Really?
not gonna knock out a tooth or anything.
No, no, because they're
But
too soft.
yeah, no. I mean, they would fucking welt your face up pretty good.
No shit.
Yeah, dude, they hit hard.
Well,
I
see,
mean,
these are the gel blasters is what airsoft was banned, completely banned in
yep,
Australia.
yes.
So Australia, I don't know. I think they're the biggest market for gel blasters because, uh,
Well, I guess when
guys,
you're not in a free
they
nation,
they
I
all
mean,
yeah. See, that's what happens when you let all your politicians fuck you over. Okay, so Australian guys, if you want to get pissed off, go ahead. But you should have voted different. All right, bitches.
that's right. You should
So
have voted whatever the I don't know, anything freedom based.
how about supporting guns? All right.
There you go.
So they
Yep.
had their
Give
guns
away
taken
your
away
guns.
back
We
in
got
I think
problems.
93 or 94.
Yep.
And I used to follow all the gun rights stuff when I got in the military. But yeah, it was a big news back then, right after I got out, because I got out in 93, and I think in 94 they started doing that. So that's when the people allow that shit to happen.
Right.
Okay. It's not, you can't blame it on your government, but anyway, so gel blasters became very popular over there. And, but yeah, they're great for kids, man.
They
Soft
are.
little, it's like a mini paintball, lighter. The outside of it is, it's a lot softer.
It's
So
basically the shit that's in your kids' diapers.
yeah, right.
That's exactly what it is. Like
Right.
when they break open, it feels like that shit. If you ever left the
Yep.
diaper out too long,
You
you know
let
what
your
I
kid
mean?
go in the
It
swimming
turns into
pool
fucking marbles. Yeah, or in
without
the pool. Yeah,
without a swimming diaper? Yes. Oh yeah.
exactly. That's the shit right there. That is
That's
literally
it.
what those are made out
Swells
of.
up like a fucking. Oh yeah.
Yep,
No
that is
shit.
exactly what we fucking had a blast with those. But yeah, no, I'm totally doing it because I think it would be super
That's a
cool
good
to have
idea,
like that
man.
younger crowd too.
Now,
Hey
have you
parents,
thought
drop your
about?
kids off.
Are you? So you're building a separate part of your field just
Absolutely,
for
a separate field.
party stuff like that for younger kids?
Well, just a field for the younger kids. Obviously, I'm going to
It's
use
a
it
good
for my
idea.
kids' birthday parties,
Right. Right.
but it'll also be 100% netted around,
Right.
because it's going to be, even though just in case, it's going to still be out
Right.
there where people are doing airsoft.
Yeah.
So there needs to be netting around it.
Yeah.
So
You don't want a
some young
stray
kid
BB
doesn't.
coming through and blasting someone in the
Exactly.
eyeball. Yep.
Exactly. Well, and
Hmm.
again, I'm going to put them in fucking full face anyway.
Right. Right.
So they'll be fine, but they're probably not. If you're going to reach that far, we're going to have a problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Obviously, shooting too hot.
Well,
So
I think little kids, I think especially at that age, I think they'll like putting on the face pro.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
like a whole face get up, and
Dude,
we're
my
going
kids
to gear
fucking look
you up,
forward
dude.
to it, man.
Oh
When
yeah,
they want
they'll
to go
love it.
out, when
They'll
they
love
want to
it.
go out with Sam and do and do quote unquote reffing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
I give them, some extra full face masks that I have for rentals and stuff. And oh my God, they absolutely eat it up. Like they think they are the coolest shit since
For
sliced
sure,
bread
dude.
out there running around.
Well, they always
And
want to
my
be like the
daughter is
grown-ups.
hilarious because Sam will say something or Anthony will say something as a ref, and she'll be like, "Take that mags out." It's fucking hilarious to listen to, and everybody fucking eats it up. But everybody listens. Everybody listens
Right?
to the 7-year-old. Fucking hilarious.
Oh, that's good, man.
you
Hell yeah, dude.
start them young, man. I mean, again, airsoft's supposed to be about friends, family, and good times and training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to get it back there because,
The 3 F's, friends, family, fun. That's
yep, that is the biggest thing.
yeah, it is. It really is. My son was over tonight. One of the guys, one of my oldest son actually, who's on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He, we were talking about some of the events he's gone to in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, honestly, I went for, and he has said this to me before, but he was like, I went for the whole experience for the weekend. Him and his brothers went to Mill Sims, 3-day Mill Sims, 2.5,
Yeah.
and Third Coast Airsoft down
Oh,
here at
yep.
GTI, yep, Stonebreaker, Iron Dagger, shit like
I
that.
got a bunch of friends going to Stonebreaker this weekend.
Yeah, so
No.
it's like, he was talking about that, like, I I went. I didn't really go to play. I liked playing, but I went
Right.
for the whole experience. It was the camping out. It was the hanging out. The campfires at night. The
Meeting
break that we
people.
had. Yeah, the meeting different people. Especially off the field.
Yes.
You go to play, and then you're walking back to spawn. You meet somebody new, and from a different team or whatever, and then you find out where they're camping at, and it's, oh, hey, it's like right over here by us, and then you walk through a bunch of alcohol and weed smell to get to their camp, and
That's fair. That's fair. Yep.
I love it, dude.
By the
When I
way,
went to
no alcohol at events. Just saying.
Who says that?
Every event.
Oh,
I don't think they
do
mean
they
it.
have to say that for a disclaimer, like a insurance thing or something? Because
Insurance.
they can fuck off, because everyone has kegs, bro. I didn't actually see a keg,
I know.
but it is.
You're giving it away, sir. You're not supposed to say these things out in the open.
Oh man. I definitely ruined it last year when I first started talking about my first time milsim experience. When
Mm-hmm.
my first milsim was Stonebreaker last year, and I slept in a tent, on the ground, and I crawled out, and I don't have, from coming out of being paralyzed, partially paralyzed or whatever,
Yeah.
and getting better.
Oh, you've been partially paralyzed too?
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
had
awesome.
a
Me too.
Guillain-Barré syndrome. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I didn't have that. No, I had a 12-foot fall. See, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I was a sponsored amateur skateboarder between, I think it was 15 to about 17.
What?
Yeah.
Tony
No,
Hawk Jr.?
pretty much, dude. I did so much shit in my
Get
life.
out.
It's funny, and I never I was never top, but I excelled at just about everything I ever tried.
Yeah.
For the most part. I mean, there was things I failed at too. Don't get me wrong.
You
That's
were very
everybody.
athletic. It
Yep.
came easy to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I used to
Okay.
be able to, from standing height. I'm 5'6".
Okay.
I used to be able to ollie from a flat ground about 4.5 foot.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude.
So
I
you
shit you
had some
not.
jump.
dude, I couldn't play basketball, but if you gave me a skateboard, I probably could have dunked.
Damn! Oh, that's wild.
Dude, yeah, no. So I ended up doing that, but I was getting ready to go. The company that was sponsoring me to go down to the Florida AmJams.
Okay, what's
Was
that?
AmJam. So in skateboarding, at least back in my time, I don't know what there is now because I haven't skateboarded since because I'm not sure my back could take another fall like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Was it like
and the
American
company
Jam Session
basically
or something?
dropped me after that. Like
Yeah.
they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna fucking no, we ain't gonna take a chance on you." No, in Florida they do the amateur, the pro-ams. Basically, it's a big tournament
Gotcha.
of essentially ESPN-esque. Fucking, we're gonna run.
Right.
Either freestyle tournaments or half pipe
So
tournaments,
these are the up
whatever.
and coming skateboarders that are,
Exactly. Exactly. So
working their
I was
way up
supposed to go
to get
down there.
sponsored and professional and yeah.
Correctly. Or they're already sponsored, but they're
Okay.
working their way to a professional
Oh,
career.
okay.
And so I was supposed to go down there, and I ended up going to a skate park, and it had this. It was fucking gorgeous, and I'd already hit this thing like 3 or 4 fucking times, done some fucking backflips, landed them, and
Jesus.
I don't know what the fuck happened with this one jump. I still don't, and it's when I landed, it probably jumbled my fucking brain, dude.
Yeah.
But all I remember is I'm up. I'm about 10 foot up in the air from the drop in, and skateboard's there, and I'm doing a fucking spread eagle, kind of like this, on the
Yeah.
way down to my back. And when I landed,
Uh,
everybody in the skate park stopped. They were like, "Holy fuck,
yeah.
that was bad." I couldn't move anything neck down for
Oh God.
about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Eventually, the feeling came back. Like I can't explain it. Like if you've never been there, you can't explain the feeling of like that. The nervous system rushing back down into your body.
Yeah.
But oh my god, that was the longest 12 minutes of my life. I'm like, I'm gonna be fucking paralyzed in a fucking wheelchair for the rest of my life.
Oh,
I laid there,
that
nobody wanted to
timer
move
is
me.
ticking slow as fuck when you're
Isn't
landing.
it? Because you can't move anything.
Like
You
you're
can't move
trying.
anything. Yeah, you're trying. Like I want to feel my
Holy
fingers.
shit.
You can't do it. And it took about 12 minutes, and all of a sudden it just felt like that rush of energy down to my body, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I can move my fingers, and then I can move my toes, and I'm like, holy shit, that was a close call.
Yeah.
I ended up going to the doctor shortly thereafter, like, yeah, every bone in your back is out of place. And they're like, yeah, we really can't fix it. So I still kind of deal with that to this day, but yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I tell you what, I'll deal with that versus being in a wheelchair for the rest of my life. You know what I mean?
No
That was
shit,
so
dude.
fucking close. So close.
Yeah, it's I mean, it really brings to life the that saying, you don't know what you got until it's gone. And most people relate that to relationships, right?
Yes.
Like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever. But it really, I mean, those are bad too. Yes.
Yeah,
I do,
absolutely. Absolutely. You can have some bad ones.
for sure. And you realize later, okay, damn, I was a jerk or they were fucked up or whatever it was. But you don't realize some of the good parts of the relationship till it's gone. And but
Lay there for 12 minutes only being able to move your
lay
head.
there for whatever time, yeah, for
And it
sure.
seems like a fucking eternity.
God damn, bro, for real.
I know you understand that. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
bad.
I was. Well, I was telling Sam. I was the way we started our channel. I would
Yeah.
have never started a YouTube channel. Never. I would never start a YouTube channel. It was. I was always the outside kind of guy. So
Yeah.
I was computer savvy. I built my own computers back in the mid '90s. early 2000s to game with my buddies. That was my
Yep.
hobby. That was my release, to get away from all the overtime I was working at, at the time when my kids were little. And it was, so I was very computer savvy with that kind of thing. But I'd never wanted to sit in front of a computer for very long. Unless I was doing something. I never watched TV shows. I like movies, but I never watched TV shows or, binge watch kind of thing back then because I never even had cable when the kids were little because I was like, me and my wife never watch it. I want to go
Right.
outside.
Right. Why spend the
When my
money on if
kids
you're not
talked
going to
about
be there?
YouTube, I thought it was fucking dumb. So I was healthy my whole life, and then I was throwing a football one day with
Oops.
some friends. Couldn't throw it because my hands stopped working, and I felt totally fine,
Yeah.
100% healthy. Did not feel sick. Did not feel tired. I just couldn't command. Like my hands didn't work right. And I was like,
You knew what you wanted to do. It just wouldn't do it.
It didn't do it.
That's how I feel with the arthritis sometimes, but continue.
Dude, isn't that weird?
It is.
It's so, I don't know how to describe it, honestly. It's
there is no way. Like you cannot
there's
describe
really not.
somebody that's never been to that point.
Oh, you know how I'll tell somebody, I told my wife and my kids, I was like, okay, I got one. I finally figured out a way to describe how it feels in normal, trying to use my hands normally.
Yeah.
For things right in front of me. Okay. Like right in front of me, because that's where your hands are the most strengthened,
Yeah,
strong,
you have the
like
visual contact.
When you reach behind
you, contact.
When you reach behind you, that's why they handcuff you behind you, is because you don't have as much strength behind you, right? Where your arms are situated there. So you can't like break out, pull out. So in front of you, so this is your, but now try to reach, I tell them, try to reach behind you and open the pickle jar behind you.
Behind your back, right.
And they go, oh my God, it's so weird. Like your fingers don't have the same strength and dexterity and that kind of thing behind your back. It's a weird feeling. So anyway, that's how my hands feel all the time, even in front of me. Right. So it's like you command them to do this certain thing. You just, hey, I'm going to do this.
They just won't.
And it doesn't. It doesn't. So my feet the same way. And so anyway, so that's how this channel started. I was coming out of this illness, Guillain-Barré syndrome, of being paralyzed for a while. And so I wanted something productive to do. And a YouTube channel I could work on. I could click a mouse. I could do something with my phone.
You're not doing something super strenuous where
you
have to worry about, your hands fucking not working or your feet not working.
Exactly.
No, 100%. No,
they had just started playing Airsoft like a few months. So that's how this channel started. We started doing Airsoft unboxings, mystery unboxings, reviews. And but anyway, so I totally understand where you're coming from with the with the skating thing. When you have this ability and then something happens and you don't, and you're like, now you're saying 12 minutes. To most people, that sounds like a really short time.
But when you're laying there, nobody can move you.
So fucking fast. So there's all these thoughts going through your head.
I will never walk again.
I'm trying to move. Nothing's happening. And then, for me, and I'm sure probably for you, but these things come to your head where you've seen movies, you've read stories, you've heard stories, whatever it is, of people that overcame tremendous adversity and willed their body to work. And I'm like, yep, I could do that. And then it doesn't work. And I'm going, what?
Yep.
I'm like mentally strong, emotionally strong.
There is nothing that can compare to that point of shittery.
Yeah, shit.
Your brain is going, move your fingers. And you know what your brain is thinking. Like it's the weirdest thing ever. You can't explain to nobody that's ever not gone through it. But your brain is saying, move your fingers, move your toes, move your legs, and it's not happening.
Not happening.
Nope.
And you see those, those
it's
shows,
weird, man.
The TV shows where the daughter comes into the dad's hospital room and he's on the bed and she's like, talking to him like, Dad, just move your finger. Just let me know. And he, it twitches a finger. I'm like, yeah, nope, not happening.
There was actually, you think that doesn't happen? There was actually a dude in Florida. He ended up going to prison. I think it was his son.
Yeah.
Was in a coma. And they were going to pull him off because they didn't have the insurance to cover it. But while he was in the room, his son did move his hand.
Yeah.
And he held the cops outside the room with guns. And his guns for like 16 fucking hours. His son woke up out of his fucking coma. They were going to pull the plug on him. He ended up going to jail, and he said, I'd fucking do it again. He said, I would do it again.
Well, of course.
In a fucking heartbeat.
That is definitely an inspiring story.
It is, but not every story is like that.
No, the majority are not. Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, yeah.
Now that was one of those I read, and I'm like, really, that is fucking insane. Like, but I can't really knock the guy. I'd go back to my home and get my guns too, and barricade myself in there. You're not turning my son off when he's moving his hands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep, I'll go to prison over this shit.
Definitely. Yeah, when you have kids, man, it's that is definitely a thing that you would protect. Now, I did tell my kids, I was, maybe this is wrong. I don't know. There's no manual on parenting. Okay.
No.
There's we're kind of winging it for some of it. So
winging it.
It's all your kids are different personality types, whatever. The world changes, things. There are certain constants in the world. Obviously, tell your kids don't run in the street when there's 40 mile an hour
don't
cars
run out
driving
into a
around.
fucking 18-wheeler. That's important.
You'll get splatted. Okay, those are constants. All right, physics, gravity. Those things are in play. Science, right? Don't mix
jump out of 100 fucking story building. Right.
Don't stick your finger in the outlet. Okay. Well, let's wrap up with your company. What? Well, I want to ask you this.
Yeah.
You signed up through our website or through the calendar booking feature or whatever, and you said you found us through Rumble, and you don't have an Instagram, but you have your TNT company. Now, how do you promote your BBs, and do you sell anything else through TNT? Like, how do you promote your company?
Absolutely, man. So we got TNT Airsoft is on Facebook. Okay. And then I have the TNT Airsoft community group as well. So, like, if you go in and you like TNT Airsoft, now it'll automatically invite you to the community group
on Facebook.
Yeah. Which is something I'm growing. I mean, obviously, it's just a lot of me right now, but I'm hoping at some point other people will take up the mantle and not be scared to say things in the chat. Right now, a lot of people are scared to say anything, especially anything positive.
Because of the field and the
whole
situation.
So a lot of people are scared to say anything because
I'm not.
They know I'm banned over here and I'm banned over here and I'm not allowed to do this and I'm not allowed to do that. I appreciate it. And you know what? You're never banned with me. I don't care whether you go play at my worst enemy's field. You're never banned at my field. Okay?
Absolutely.
But yeah, basically everything I do is through Facebook right now. Okay. Now there is Sam. She does have an Instagram that she's trying to grow. That's Airsoft Girl. What is it? Airsoft Girl _ Pit Viper, I think it is what it is. Because everybody tried to call her a snake.
Oh
So
shit. Oh, because
she,
of that whole situation.
yes.
Oh
Yeah,
Jesus, dude.
everything in this whole story relates back to that one situation. So, we took it, we ran with it. It is what it is, and that's all you can do. You know what I mean? You're
I
not
just
you're
found
not
it
going
right
to
now.
convince people otherwise. So, she's trying to grow that, and honestly, I'm really horrible with socials. Like,
Yeah.
I really don't want a fucking Instagram. I don't want a Twitter. They're fucking annoying to me, but they are somewhat necessary. So,
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say with your business, how else would you promote it if you don't
yeah.
use the socials?
Well, I use the socials, the Facebook, the Google. And what's nice about Facebook is that it goes through Instagram, YouTube. Google obviously goes through YouTube and, all Google platforms. Facebook goes through Instagram, Facebook
Right.
platform, Messenger, all that shit. So I'm basically in capturing everything, but I don't have enough time to run 8 social medias
No.
separately by
Mm.
myself. So maybe someday when I might make $30 that I could spend on social media shit. You know what I mean? I'll hire somebody to do some extra social media, but right now at least it hits everything for as far as ads are concerned.
So you got, yeah, but you have your own website as well, right?
Absolutely, man. I built
I'm
that
on it
shit
right now.
myself. It took me like 3 fucking days to build that shit.
It looks awesome.
And then I broke the store.
Oh Jesus.
So then I had to quickly migrate everything over to Squarespace, or not Squarespace, but Spotify, or
Yeah.
not Spotify,
Shopify.
Shopify. There it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. I
Had to
see it right
migrate
here.
everything over to Shopify quick
Mm-hmm.
because I broke the store and I haven't had a chance to fix it yet, and or haven't been able to fix it yet. However, it's coming at some point because I don't want to pay Shopify for the same thing that you could do yourself.
Well, I didn't know you could do. I didn't know Shopify. I used Shopify
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
for the t-shirt creation and
yeah,
whatever. I didn't know that you could offer your own product on there. I thought you had
absolutely.
to choose one of theirs. Oh, okay. That's wild.
No, man.
I think it's a
I
good
migrated
service.
my whole store
I've
over
not
there.
had issues with it, honestly. Since I switched from that to or from Teespring to that. Uh, I can't remember why, to be honest. I
Now,
really
see,
can't.
my biggest problem is the $49.99 a month or $200 a year or whatever the fuck it is. Um,
Oh, I
because
use the free. Okay, because I don't offer anything unique on there.
that could be.
Okay.
Now, so for me, it would cost me $49.99 a month to keep it
Mm,
going after a certain amount of time. And the problem is that I'm a person that looks at it and goes, right, but even if I paid somebody $200 now to fix it, you're only talking 6 months. You've made your money back. You
I
know?
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't use it if it cost me $50 a month, man. No
No,
way.
no.
No.
So, and
So
then it was one of those things that I just needed it back up because I had orders I had to fill and things like that. You know what I
right.
mean? So it was like,
Yeah.
oops, I fucked up. Moving it over here. No orders have been affected. Gonna send those out.
Right. Right.
And when I get to it, I'll fix it. You know what I mean? But for right now, we'll pay these guys just to keep the store up. You know what I
So
mean?
your website as a whole is through Squarespace.
No,
Oh.
no, my website, I built that shit myself.
Okay.
The only
Yeah.
thing through anything is through Shopify.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, originally the store was actually on that website. It was on the server. It was actually managed there. It had no pass throughs other than Stripe.
Huh. That's wild. So
Uh,
what do you use as a hosting?
Namecheap. That's who I've usually always used. They're actually really decent.
Really? Namecheap. I've never heard of them. Okay.
Yeah, namecheap.com, man. They
Really?
I bought all my shit throughout the years through them, and they're
Like
usually
domains and stuff?
yeah, they're fairly cheap.
Okay.
Especially if you're just trying to just buy a domain name, but not
Right.
actually use it.
Yeah.
Currently,
Right.
which I do a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
Oh,
cheap
dude.
compared to
Back
like
in the
GoDaddy
day,
or something.
that was the shit because
Mm,
the people that
.com
bought
bubble.
the people that bought whitehouse.com originally,
Yeah,
uh they made fucking bank,
I'm
okay?
sure
Because
they did.
it was a porn company. It might still be now. But I think they sold the name, but they
I'm
bought
sure
the
they did.
domain because they knew it was going to be popular when
Could you
internet
imagine
came
typing
around.
in whitehouse.com right now and having it not redirect to the fucking White House and it's going to
Well,
fucking porn company?
originally it was all the .coms, but this is why the same reason is why they came out with different. I can't remember what the end is called, but
But
the
yes, the
.govs, the .nets, the whatever. So
GGs, the dot
yeah, edu. So
ITs,
like
whatever.
colleges use .edu. Okay, that didn't used to be a thing
Oh no, I
originally
remember when
for
it wasn't.
web.
Everything was .com.
Everything had to be .com
Yep.
until somebody goes, "Oh, somebody's gonna want this domain. I'm gonna buy it. Oh, it's fucking 2 cents. Okay." So-
Right. Yeah, and then Google comes up with, we're starting this new thing called TTIFDG.com. And they go, oh shit, we don't have the domain. Well, we'll offer you $1 million for it.
there you go.
That's what
Uh-huh.
happened, and that's how the .com bust happened. Not
That's
that
right.
anybody probably going to watch this even fucking remembers it.
They
That
don't
or
fucking know,
Y2K.
bro. They don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember Y2K? Because I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh, dude,
remember
I
going to
bought
bed that
fucking
night
barrels
going,
of water. I
we
swear to
didn't do
God, I
any of
bought
that
barrels
shit,
of
man.
water.
I watched Seinfeld and said, well, this is the end of the night. I guess this is the end of the night. You know what I mean? Like, here we go.
I had a whole water filtration system in my basement. Um, I had stockpiles of MREs. Yeah, for real. I
There's nothing wrong
really
with
thought
that. Don't
I
get me
was
wrong.
prepping. I was prepping. I had little kids. My wife and I, we had all five of our kids. Our youngest one was, no. She wasn't even born yet. We had four kids. My wife was pregnant.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my youngest daughter was born in 2001. So, we were, I was freaking out. Jen was not, but, I was like,
Dude,
the
I'm
shit's
telling you
going to
right now,
collapse.
you were just ahead of the curve because as it sits right now, I've even started prepping in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I called everybody else crazy because I remember watching them fucking shows like the preppers, the ones on Discovery Channel, making them all look like they're fucking crazies. And I'm like, yeah, they're fucking idiots. They're stupid. Now I'm looking at them going like, maybe they were kind of right. Here,
Dude.
maybe they knew something I didn't. Maybe I should have been doing this for the last 10 years.
Uh-huh. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I abandoned that, because it was hard to keep up,
It really
with
is.
no land. With no land, if you have a little bit of land, well, now the other thing is now there's a lot of really good options for like growing an indoor garden, right?
Yes, good luck. I've tried it. I'm failing horribly at it.
It is. It takes no matter what path you choose, it takes a shit ton of work.
It does.
Okay, so that's why we have the modern day conveniences that we have,
That is
so
true.
that we don't have to
Well, because you got to go to
literally
work 40
live off
hours
the
a
land,
day. There's no time to then come home
bro.
and slave over a garden
Garden
for 5,
and
6 hours after
goats
that, you
and
know?
motherfucking no.
So I get it, but it's all going
Right.
back that way because
Yeah.
not looking good, homie. Just
Well, let me
remember,
ask you this.
I'm there
if
for you.
if you had to choose the end of the world, would you choose a 2012 type of natural tsunami, earthquake type of catastrophe, or a Left for Dead slash
Yes.
zombie,
Yes. Give me that one right
a
now.
zombie event?
Yes. Give me that one. Give me that one right now. You know what? Because I'm pretty good with a gun, and I'm pretty sure I can hit in the head. So give me that one.
Bro,
We're all right.
I feel like
I don't care if
kind of
I
feel.
got a fucking David and Goliath this shit. I bet you I'm fucking gonna survive. You know what I mean? We'll
Yeah,
find
you know
something to
what's
shoot out of
weird?
a gun.
I mean, okay, so crazy ass zombies attacking you, but or the earth, like the literal ground underneath your house, cracking open,
Right.
and
Yeah,
all
you
you
can't
can
really
do is
control that
run
now, can
or
you?
climb or try to hang on before you fall into this ominous pit of
Right.
lava and
This
hell.
giant 40-foot fucking high fucking tidal wave. Yeah, no, there's no,
No.
there's nothing you can do.
How
No,
do you
give me the
defend against
zombies.
that?
I can stab them in the fucking head all day long. I can't stab the fucking wave in the face and make it go away. You know what I mean?
We'll take The Walking Dead every day. That's the
Absolutely. You know what?
yeah.
I don't like people anyway. Give me The Walking Dead. Probably be more interesting to talk to zombies anyway.
Bro, I'm
Aside
trying.
from you, I like you.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Have you watched The Walking Dead? Speaking of,
I've watched. I think it got up to about season 4 or season 5, and then it started to become kind of redundant.
okay.
And I was like, yeah, all
Well,
right.
I want
I'm
to
just
ask you
gonna
about
fuck off.
one. I want to ask you about one specific situation
Yeah,
in season 1. I think it is.
yeah.
Because I watched season 1 when it first came out. I got into half of the first episode of season 2
Mm-hmm.
and turned it off. Okay. There were a couple things, but I won't go into. Honestly, it's not like it's a big secret, but it's not that big of a deal.
Right at this point, there
I
should be
just
no spoiler
lost
warnings.
interest. Yeah, but season 1, one of the things that really fucking irritated me as a show, with I can't remember if it was early on in season 1, but anyway, the guy that was, I can't remember his name. So there was a scene where one of the guys was digging a hole or whatever, graves or whatever,
Yeah.
out away from, they were kind of like camped up on this, I don't know if it was a bridge or whatever.
No, that was on the. It was on the top of a quarry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're talking
it
about like
was
literally in the first 5 episodes.
first episode or second episode. It was before Rick found his wife. Okay. He's out here digging this fucking hole. And the guy that plays, I can't remember the actor's name, the guy that plays the Punisher,
Yeah.
in the Punisher series, he comes out there. It was Rick's partner in the show.
Yeah. No, you're actually that was about halfway
Okay.
to the first season. Yeah, because
Okay.
I remember
So it was
they were
halfway.
burying somebody that passed away
Yes.
because they ended up getting bit and then had to get shot in
Yes.
the face, and they were all very somber about it. Yes, I remember exactly the scene
Yeah.
you're
And
talking
this
about.
dude was out here digging a hole. He's by himself. Okay. He is not creating a bunch of commotion. And the area where they filmed it, the area he was at, wasn't like, they were up kind of high,
Yeah.
high ground or whatever. He wasn't attracting attention. He wasn't loud. I'm looking at this situation when the scene came up, when, what's the old guy's name? Carl? I can't remember. But he's standing on
Yeah.
top of the bus and he's looking with the binoculars and he sees the guy and he's like, oh, I'm concerned about, I'm like, bro, can you get rid of this old fucker anyway? Because he's irritating the shit out of me, okay? He's always like the motherly hen kind of person,
Holy
which
shit, it's the end
irritates
of the
the shit
fucking
out of
world.
me.
You think he's going to be fucking very vocal about this right now, and then he just lost his
Bro,
best friend?
duh.
Right?
So
Like,
he's
maybe
out
just
here
leave him
digging holes.
alone.
Well, fast forward, and they end up handcuffing him or tying him up or whatever to this
Mm-hmm.
tree, all because supposedly he's scaring the kids. Okay, the kids didn't know shit about him. All right, he's way off. He's far enough away from the fucking bus and
You
street
totally
where they're at.
overanalyze this
The
in a way that I never did, but I'm
bro,
digging it. I'm digging it.
bro, this fucking old dude on top of the bus with his fucking binoculars needs to be shot in the face. Okay,
Right?
so
Digging this now.
he's over here like making this huge deal on this guy. Like, let him get his exercise out. Let him get it. Just work it
Let
out.
him get the
Okay.
fucking shit
This is
out of
called
him.
being, fixing his mental health. All right.
Right. Digging holes.
So he's not hurting anybody. He's not creating any kind of commotion where he's drawing attention
Maybe
to
that'll
from.
be your grave. We don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Exactly.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. Keep talking. It will be your grave. Okay. But they end up punishing him for his actions, which I thought was fucking horrible.
That is kind
And
of
honestly,
horrible.
it turned me off from the show right then. I painstakingly watched the rest of the season, and then episode 1 of season 2, the little girl goes off in the woods by herself, and it was
Yeah,
fucking
I
dumb as
remember that
shit.
one. Yeah.
And I was like,
Pay
okay,
attention to
this
your
is
children.
fucking retarded. This
I
is
don't know.
retarded.
I will say though, from a designer aspect, it
Yeah.
actually kind of makes sense,
Okay.
right?
Which
Because
part?
people, the beginning,
Yeah.
that whole thing of like, I'm really worried about him. He's out there digging fucking graves and blah blah blah. It makes sense
Now I understand it makes
because
sense.
you're not going to like. There's some people that are gonna like understand the gravity of what is happening,
Yeah.
and they're gonna probably tune the fuck out and just be like, I need to process this. And then you're gonna have those motherfuckers that are sitting there going, I'm worried about him. He really hasn't said anything. He's just out there digging graves for the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Right? And then, you get 2 years into the fucking zombie apocalypse, and it's like, oh, I guess I can kind of understand why maybe he didn't really want to talk. He just wanted to dig graves, right?
Yeah. No shit. Yeah, I think that was my hang up with it was it wasn't just the one guy calling it out. It was
Yep.
everyone, the ability of him to get everyone behind
Everyone
him
else
to say,
to
"Oh
handcuff
my
that
God, this is a
motherfucker up.
huge, terrible, horrendous situation. We need to like tie him to a tree." Like the way it ended, it wasn't the fact that they were concerned about his behavior. That's fine. I get it. I totally understand in that
Right, you
in
probably
that
could have a
whole
talk with him
story.
and be done
But
with this.
yeah, be done with it. But don't give him an ultimatum because if you don't stop digging, I'm going to fucking tie you to this tree. Like, okay, you're potentially putting
Yes.
him in a death situation because if a zombie comes up, he's dead. So what you're saying
You're
is
essentially we're gonna kill you if
Yeah,
you don't do what we
we're
want
going to kill
to
you if you don't stop digging.
do. Right.
And I'm going, what is going on here? So anyway, yeah.
No, I
So I
100%
lost
agree with that.
interest in that. But I will 100% agree with you that if the end of the world is going to happen, I would rather
Give me the
deal with
zombies.
zombies than the earth cracking in half.
That's right.
Because
I'm down with
tsunamis
it.
and earthquakes, holy shit, dude.
You
Like,
know
what
what?
can you do?
Zombies happen. You give me a call. We're good. You're welcome with our group, man. We've already got places planned for this.
I got thousands, tens of thousands of rounds, and
That's good.
AR-15s
Make sure
and
you bring it to you.
AK-47s.
to our
Okay.
fucking tent city, okay?
We're in a pretty quiet spot over here. So I've got pistol rounds everywhere, and all my boys are like 20 minutes away.
That's fine. That's fine. I just want to offer it to you. I've got the spooks on my side, so you're more than
I'm
welcome to
definitely
come on
coming out
over.
there, bro. Definitely
I'm
coming
saying,
out
bring
there.
your boys. Just make sure that mags out on your way onto the property. That's all I ask, because we don't want to have an altercation.
Well, we'll just have to fly the appropriate flag when we're driving in. Okay?
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
American is the only way to go.
Well, that could be a traitor if they know. So we'd have to
Well,
call you or comms you
right, right.
uh,
We'll get maybe the
with our bail fangs.
the
And
13 star flag or something. You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
give
have
me
to
that
ask
one.
you what the color of the day is.
Or you
Okay.
know what? You know what? Why don't you bend over, pull your pants down, and give me a picture of the moon? That'll be the flag. That'll be the flag. We're good. Ain't nobody gonna be able to copy that one.
We're not doing Oh, Jesus. Oh man. Well,
Oh
listen,
shit!
bro, it's been awesome talking with you.
Absolutely, man.
Where can everyone find all your stuff and what you're looking to do? And do you have another event coming up soon that you're promoting on your site?
I'm not promoting anything yet.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm burning the fields right now.
Yeah.
This week we started burning the fields. I do have something hopefully within the next month, if not within the next month and a half. Totally looking forward to fucking letting everybody know what I'm doing. I just can't, because other people are better off than I am right now, and you can't give them the fucking ideas to use for themselves, right?
Gotcha.
So I will definitely get back at you if you'd like to have me back on, or you're doing one of your
Absolutely,
monthly
dude.
things. Please, 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 please let me know. I'd love to come on and discuss it with you and announce it here first. But everybody can find us, TNTAirsoft.net. And TNT Airsoft, TNT Airsoft Community on Facebook. Boom. I mean, that's where we are. We're there. All of our posts are in all the major community groups
Yeah.
for Airsoft anyway, the Southeastern, Charlotte area Airsoft, all of them. We're there. And you know
Awesome.
what? If there's one thing I can say, it's that stop, please stop fucking just being absolutely like, what's the word I'm looking for, man? What's the word I'm looking for? Stop keeping people out of the shit. Let's
Yeah.
not have
Right,
these
right.
fucking small knit groups.
Yeah, the family quarrels and shit. Yeah.
Right. Let's just have fun playing airsoft.
Yeah,
Whether
for
that's at
sure.
my field, whether that's at anybody else's field, whether it's the field that left my field, don't care. Let's all have fun.
Right.
We're all gonna see you at events. All have fun about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's my thing. You know what? Because you know what? The other fields around me, they're only gonna make me do better.
Well, that's the thing I've said before, and I appreciate you saying that. That's the thing I've talked with. This is a common thing. If
Yeah.
there are multiple fields in a certain area, if the sport of airsoft itself, the hobby, like the whole thing, if it grows, it's only going to better all those
With
fields.
competition.
Okay, so if your field gets better, right, and there's a lot of people that show up to your field and your field is very successful, you only have so much land.
Right.
So if you look at numbers, if it becomes so popular that it kind of you outgrow the people, it outgrows your area.
Right.
Well, if there's another option close by,
Yeah.
they can go to that field as well. That doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean this other field is bad and taking your business. So the competition in business is very good. In fact, it's built into the capitalist type of setup,
Free
which
market,
is what
man.
we want. And I know the last 5 years, people have, had a lot of disdain for the word capitalism and putting it down. Actually, more years than 5 years, but
Why just call it the free market? Because you
it's a
know
free
what?
market.
If you have competition and they're doing
Yes,
better than you, then where the customers are going to go?
exactly.
And you know what? That should drive you to do better to get the customers back.
Exactly. That
That
means
is
a
my
free
thing.
market is where you, as the business owner, provide a better product or service to draw people to you
100%.
than having the government say you are better and we're gonna fix laws and regulations to make it to where only people can go to you. Okay,
Or just, I was the first
that's
one to
fucking
do this,
dumb.
so anybody
Yeah,
else that does this is bullshit.
yeah,
No, that's not how
right.
it works.
So free
While
market
somebody
is,
might start a little bit smaller, you know what? Maybe they have a better idea.
that's right. Maybe it's more
And
fun the way their field's set
or
up.
it could
And
be, it doesn't even
yeah,
matter.
this
You know,
promotes uh, innovation, ingenuity, like people,
absolutely.
doing different thinking of different ways to keep their business going,
And keep
not
the sport
just,
fun.
oh, I want a government grant to keep me going because I made bad choices in my business and now everyone else is going over here. Yeah, because you fucked up. Okay.
Right. You
So,
didn't build anything new. You didn't do anything new. You didn't
yeah,
innovate in the space. You need to
yeah.
innovate.
Leave the
And
government out of it.
I'm
Leave
just
the
as,
regulations out of it. Let the free market reign. Let the people choose, which
in
is
the airsoft
democracy.
space, if
Okay.
I stop innovating, I 100% agree that somebody else is going to come in and do the innovation for me.
That's right.
And that's how it should be. I'm not going to let anybody else innovate for me, though. So,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Free
where I'm at.
thinker. Think on your feet. Absolutely, man. For
Yeah, I'm
sure.
going to take it as they
Well,
come, and I'm going to do something bigger and better.
I appreciate you reaching out, man. I was really excited. And like I said earlier, I didn't know what I was going to expect because,
I appreciate
um,
you not asking the questions ahead of time. I didn't know
no,
what to expect either, and you know what? Again, I watched some of your videos, and I'm like, he seems like a pretty straight shooter, somebody I could have a
absolutely.
conversation with, and I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. I appreciate you,
And
man.
definitely, I'll shoot you my number. I think you already have it, but
Yeah.
I'll shoot you my number again. If you want to come out on the 25th after games are over with and stuff, you're more than welcome to come out. We're shooting real steel. Tell your son to bring out his Beowulf. He's more than welcome to shoot that out there.
Hell yeah.
We're not shooting people, so just
Damn it. Oh, we're not coming
that's
in.
not what we're doing. But yeah, no,
I'm kidding.
definitely feel free to come out, man. We'd love to have you.
All right, brother.
And thank you for having me on your show, man.
All right, man. You have a good night, bro.
You as well, sir.